A skater of mass m moves with a speed 2v to the right, while other of the same mass moves with a velocity m, has a mass m and moves with a velocity v in the left hand side direction, okay, as shown in the figure. The paths are separated by a distance b at time t is equal to 0 when both are at x is equal to 0, okay, that is both of them collide with the rod. They grasp a pole of length b and negligible mass. For t greater than 0, consider the system as a rigid body of two masses m separated by a distance b as shown in the figure. Which of the following is correct formula for the motion after t is equal to 0 of the skater initially at b by 2, at y is equal to b by 2, that is the skater moving with the velocity 2v. Okay. For this entire system, first of all understand that for this entire system, since there is no external force, I can say that the linear as well as the angular momentum are conserved. Let us first find out the linear momentum. Let us conserve the linear momentum over here. Let me consider the right hand side as positive and the left hand side as negative. So now over here the first mass was moving with m into 2v. Okay, the momentum of the first mass will be equal to m into 2v minus the momentum of the second mass will be equal to m into v minus m into v, because since it is moving in the left hand side direction. When both of them combine in the figure 2, the total mass will be equal to 2m, and let the final velocity be equal to v dash. So basically it will be equal to mv is equal to 2m into v dash, or v dash over here will be equal to v divided by 2. Okay, that is the velocity after the collision will be equal to the initial velocity divided by 2. Since it is positive, I can clearly say that the rod moves in the right hand side direction. Okay, because right hand side is positive. Okay, let this be equation number 1. I will use this later. Okay, now over here, now this is the conservation of linear momentum. I will conserve the angular momentum also. Okay, for the conservation of angular momentum, the initial angular momentum, now the first mass is moving in the right hand side direction, so this will produce a torque in the clockwise direction, and the second mass will also produce the torque in the clockwise direction. So both the torque will get added up. Okay, so it will be equal to m into 2v into b by 2 plus m into v into b by 2. It will be equal to I into omega. Okay, it will be equal to final angular momentum, the rod will rotate, so it will be equal to I into omega. So basically it will be equal to 3 mvb divided by 2 is equal to I. The moment of inertia of both the masses will remain same, that is equal to m into b by 2, or small m over here, into b by 2 the whole square, and the second one will also be same, so I will write it 2 times into omega. So 3 by 2 mvb will be equal to 2m b square divided by 4 into omega. So over here this will get cancelled out, m and b will get cancelled out over here. So omega will be equal to 3v divided by b. Okay, the angular velocity gained by the system will be equal to 3v by b. Okay, let this be equation number 2. I will use this later over here. Okay, now there are two figures given, that is the figure before the impact and after the impact. But let us assume that this is just after the impact, this figure is just after the impact, that is figure number 2. After the impact, the rod will shift in the right hand side direction. How do I know that the rod will shift in the right hand side direction, or the center of the mass will shift in the right hand side direction? Is that I can clearly say that the velocity is positive, velocity of the center of the mass is positive, and it is in the right hand side, and since therefore it is in the right hand side direction, and the rod will rotate in the clockwise direction. So let us assume after certain time t, the rod rotates about this angle theta. Okay, now this distance will be equal to, now the center of the mass only performs the translational motion, so the distance of the rod will be equal to, let the distance be equal to x, and let the time taken to cover this distance be equal to t. So I can clearly say that the x over here will be equal to v dash into t, because the velocity of the center of the mass of the rod is equal to v dash into t. Okay, now we have to find out the velocity, the x and the y position of this particle, the particle at the top. So over here I can clearly see from the diagram, this distance is over here is equal to b by 2. So this distance will be equal to b by 2 sine theta. So the actual distance travelled by the rod in the x direction will be equal to x direction, the total actual distance travelled by the rod let me call this as x1. It will be equal to x plus b by 2 sine theta. Okay, over here it will be equal to b by 2 sine theta. Now x, the velocity in the x direction, the velocity of the center of the mass will be equal to v dash into t plus b by 2. Theta can be written as omega into t. Okay, theta can be written as omega into t. Now v dash over here is equal to v by 2. So basically it will be equal to v by 2 into t plus b by 2 over here. It will be equal to b by 2 into sine, over here omega can be written as 3v by b. Okay, it can be written as 3v divided by b into, over here it will be equal to multiplied by t. Okay, so this term can be written as 0.5 vt plus 0.5 b sine 3v t divided by b. Okay, if you see, this is the x displacement, this is the displacement in the x direction. Okay, so the correct so a and b are eliminated. Okay, so the correct options may be either equal to c or either equal to d. Okay, we have to just find out the displacement in the y direction. As you can clearly see from the diagram, the displacement in the y direction is this displacement, which is over here equal to, which is over here, the y displacement over here is equal to b by 2 cos theta. Okay, b by 2 cos theta. So basically b by, it is equal to b by 2 cos theta, which is equal to b by 2 is equal to 0.5 cos omega t, and omega t and omega is equal to 3v by b. So it is equal to 0.5 cos 3v divided by b into t. This is the displacement along the y direction, which is over here, if I see the answer, which is over here option number C. Okay, so the x displacement will be equal to 0.5 vt plus 0.5 b sine 3v divided by b, and the y displacement will be equal to 0.5 b cos 3 vt divided by b.